But it's frustrating that, isn't it, from a club perspective, when players go away on international duty and...
Well, it's... I suppose when a player gets injured for you, you're annoyed, but you're also like, well, it was for us, and it was doing something for us. But when it's for someone else, you're like, why? Why are you even at? Like, I mean, I know why they're asked, of course, it's the country. I mean, I couldn't care less about my country. But, I don't know. What can you do? What can you do? It just seems to be all... I don't know. Every time I think international football has moved on, I just think there's... I don't know. For some of the countries, there seems to be a lack of professionalism, or do some of them get the best treatment? Do some of... Like... And again, there's this thing as well with Coleman. So he got the injury, and he stayed with them. It's like, no...
Yeah,
get your ass on a fucking plane and get back here and get the people who pay you and get it assessed by the doctor. This is the problem. This is sort of the problem with the Yeremina injury, and I know it's not Everton's fault. It's not Everton's fault, but he got the injury playing for Colombia, and then he's obviously gone away, and it's settled down. But you know, then he's gone back to Barca and he's trained, and then he's done his medical in Barcelona. So they've just gone, sound lad, honestly. Just come over here being assessed, and they've gone, you've got a broken toe, and because you haven't been, it hasn't been managed,
it's already started to heal.
It healed the wrong way or whatever, or whatever. So they've got to go back and sort of redo the plan. And it's the same with Seamus. He should be on a... He should have, as soon as it happened,
been back home Friday.
Should have been back home. And then if he wants to go back over to Ireland to be with the players because he's the captain and everything, fine. But get your ass back home, because Ireland might go, oh yeah, it's broken, but we can't do anything for you because we're not your club, so we can't put you on a rehabilitation path or anything like that. So he's been sitting in Ireland for 3 days while they've been, I don't know, the way the Irish people are, not people, sorry, medics, I'm married to one, probably just poking it with a stick, because I think that's how the Irish medics work. Generally they just get a stick and poke something, right? So I know you're pulling faces because you think I'm upsetting the art, but I'm not being funny. I'm not having a go at that. I'm just think, and I know we're going to talk about Roy Keane.
You are kind of having a go at Irish.
No, I'm having a go with the Irish FA again, because I just think that they're piss poor, and the people who are in charge are an illustration of this. We might as well talk about Roy Keane now.
I was going to come on to that. I mean, just before we get on to Keane, it's not their fault Coleman's got a stress fracture playing football.
Isn't it?
Again.
Well, isn't it?
Well, it is, because they shouldn't have stuck him, should have left them.
No, I'm sorry, but I
played the game.
I think it is though, because our players always seem to get injured while they're on duty, and I'm not saying right, played the game, but it's the aftercare or the before care, and I know this, and I've heard of Paul Nealon, who runs Irish Fan for TV. He's not happy with them. And I just think I just think they're archaic. They got James McCarthy last time, and he hadn't even played games.
No.
And it's like they're pushing him to play.
Yeah, and it's played.
And it's these demands, and now you've seen Keane, and it's what makes me laugh about the Keane situation. And I've always liked Roy Keane, but he has fallen into the trap that 20 years ago, or no, it's not. It's 16 years ago. That he was complaining about. 2002 World Cup, he was complaining about the professionalism. The boots didn't turn up, the equipment didn't turn up.
Training facility.
And he was like, we're training and we've got no boots and no balls or whatever, and it's a joke. And we're not, and this is a joke, and yet he hasn't moved on in that time. And it feels like they're forcing players to play, or there's this thing, you've got to play for your country, blah blah blah, run through brick walls, and it's like, no, the football doesn't work like that anymore. You can't talk to players how you think you can talk to players when you were the captain of Man United. You can't tell someone he's a dickhead or say this or say that, because they'll just go home. They're not asked. And why should they be asked? Why? What are the environments, working environment, could you essentially bully someone to do their job? And that's what I feel like is going on with Ireland. And all this, we know Seamus is proud Irishman, and he's the captain, and he's going to do everything he can. But for fuck's sake, if he gets an injury, you tell him to go home now and get the treatment and start the treatment process. Because you know what? If you can catch an injury early enough and diagnose it and start the procedure of whatever is needed, you could probably shave 2-3 weeks off if you do things right compared to if you do things wrong. We've seen that when footballers not get the best treatment, but they get it straight away. And I know there's all mad thing like blood spinning and horse fucking placentas and all this stuff. But if you can get a player back now, I mean, there's like we've seen the thing with Kevin De Bruyne at Man City, and they've done everything they can to make sure he didn't need an operation.
Yeah.
Now that might cut a month off from coming back, and that's what you've got.
Well, Everton did, didn't he, with Onyekuru? And they wanted to operate on him. They were like, needs an operation. South needs an operation. Everton were like, well, we'll have a look at him. So we went back and we were like, doesn't need an operation. We can manage it differently. And they had them fit before the end of the season.
And once you start cutting people open and doing surgery, you might start disturbing things that didn't need disturbing, or cutting things that don't need cutting. That might never ever heal the same way.
That was Ferguson. He was cutting his hamstring away, and then Baz Rathbone come in and went to his back. Solved his back, never got another hamstring injury. So there is obviously different ways to do stuff, and
I just think that
it's just so frustrating when he go away. But let's get on to Roy Keane, because obviously it's come out via someone's WhatsApp group, Stephen Ward WhatsApp message, and it's come out talking about Roy Keane and what's gone on with Harry Arter and John Walters. And I mean, we shouldn't be surprised by Keane, because that was the way he was as a player. His heart was on his sleeve, and he'd have a go at you and grab you and whatever in the middle of a game. He didn't care, did he? And he's quite fiery, and you see what he's like. But you're right, he's still acting as though he's a player. He was the captain, and it's grab people and all that. Whereas these are millionaires now. They don't give a. They
won't take. I don't think a footballer would take it off someone like that. They'll take it off if you were the captain of the team. If you're if you're a teammate and you're grabbing hold of someone and you're saying you've got, because that fella's going doing the same thing and battling with you, and that's. But if it's a coach, they're just going to be like, "Fuck are you?" But the thing is, you're harbouring the wrong kind of. For me, there's a spirit that you need. Of course there is. But there's a different look at Wales, right? They've done tremendously in the last couple of years. Northern Ireland have done tremendously in the last couple of years. Wales under Coleman, he didn't strike me as someone who, don't get me wrong, he's probably a man who can get angry, but he strikes me as someone who'll talk to someone and sit down. And I look at gigs now, and obviously only 2 games in, but he strikes me as someone who is. He's not going to get madly angry and going to start throwing teacups and stuff, because you only got them for a certain amount of time. What's the point in wasting your energy? And it's about, he's trying to get them to play football. I look at Ireland and I just think, and again, if you watch them play football, this will probably become very clear. It looks like he turns up and it's all about fire and brimstone, and not about actually how are we playing, how are we coming into this game. No, I know, but that's the point, isn't it? At least, no, but I've watched and listened, and I was listening the other day, and it was Andrews, is it Andrews? Yeah,
Keith Andrews.
Keith Andrews was talking, and he was like, I'm watching them play, and they're playing against Wales, and he said, like, it could have been any score this, but he said, I'm watching them, and he said, I said, if they wanted to go long, I wouldn't have minded. It's a plan. We used to have a plan under Mick McCarthy and Jack Charlton, and he said, but I'm watching, there's no plan how to score. If you're gonna have John Walters up front, you know, long ball, flick on, runners right on the side, there's nothing. He said, so what are they just turning up and going, oh, 100% lads, blah blah blah, Sunday League stuff, or are they actually setting out a plan? And I don't think there's a plan. So if it is just turning up and it's all just like, you know, get into the East, then what's the point? That's amateur to me, and that amateurness, just for me, is there all the time, and so I can understand why players. Listen, some injuries are obviously, you know, when Seamus broke his leg and things like that, you can't do nothing about that. No. But what you can do is not call up a lad who's not fit, and then he gets injured in the warm-up. To me, they're cutting corners that they shouldn't be cutting, and I imagine that goes into, I don't know how much money there is in the and I know they've been accused of penny pinching before the Irish FA. But what's, you know, do they have the best medical? And I don't mean who they get operated. You know, Seamus apparently when he got operated on, he had the best surgeon and all the rest of it, fine. But the person is there on the ground straight away, looking at an injury, going, you know, that's so and so, and we need to do this straight away. Because as I said, for Seamus, he should have been back on that plane straight away and getting diagnosed by the people who know him in and out. And then if he wants to go back to Ireland, goes back to Ireland.
No, he didn't have to go back, did he? He's home, so he should be just getting treatment. He's injured, he's gone. And
no, I know, but...
Yeah, but he's not going to play for Everton now for 8 weeks, so we're going to pay 8 weeks of his wages to do something that he's not going to be able to do.
No, I know, but what I mean is, though, if he wanted to be with the squad, he should have... I know, I wouldn't want him to, but... They played Friday. They played Friday night.
Thursday night, wasn't it?
Was it Thursday night?
Sure, it was Thursday night.
No, it was Friday.
Was it Friday?
Friday. They played Friday.
Yeah.
And yet, it come out on a Monday, and he's still with them.
And it was only confirmed on... It's only been confirmed this morning.
And he's still with them.
Or yesterday, then. I know. It is ridiculous, but back to the Keane thing. The Keane with that. Obviously, Harry Arter has got an injury, and apparently he's managing his body, doesn't train when he's injured. So, 3 days on the run. So
we're on the same thing now, are we?
Well, this is what it's come from. You've got John Walters, whose knee is dodgy. So, well, not dodgy, but he just played football for a long time. So you have to manage it, which is how you do it. So you got him and Harry Arter sat on a bench, injured, like trying to manage their thing. And Roy Keane goes over to them and goes, "Why aren't you training?" And they're like, "Well, I've got this like problem," and he's like, "You need to be training." Like, well, I can't because we don't do it at our clubs. It's flared up. We want to be able to play the game. And he's apparently gone to John Walters. No wonder you don't get a game. No wonder Dice doesn't play you. You don't get a game there. If this is what your attitude's like or something. And he walked off, and John Walters went, "Come back and say it." And he wouldn't, apparently. And the Harry Arter thing, he called him a dickhead and shitbag. And you know, I don't know how you're a footballer, you're always like this, the same bollocks all the time, and like the lads like played 40 odd games both seasons. So if you're a footballer with a bit of a slight injury, so how do we know that he didn't say this to McCarthy? James, just play. I know,
but that's what I'm saying.
But I haven't played, and then McCarthy gets injured.
But James McCarthy basically,
out for 4 months.
But McCarthy basically confirmed that himself. Yeah. He basically said
he put
the pressures of playing having to play. And Coleman as the captain would be in the same boat, and that's something you just now you can't. Someone like Hayata, who's left Bournemouth, he's gone to Cardiff,
so he wants to be fit.
He's not a world beater. He wants to play well. He wants to stay in the Premier League. He wants to be there so he can play. I'm not. You know, he's looking at that going the International League. And if I was Ireland, I would be like, I don't want to. For someone like Ireland, they've got a great chance of getting to the Euros because most teams do. As long as you're not,
got some good players.
So manage them right, and use these games for competitively, but also go. Do you know what? We don't. If we've got players who've got problems, we don't need to play them in this game. And if we focus it,
and if you end up injuring him, then that's it. He's out for the next game. I mean, O'Neill's going. I'm not sure if Seamus is going to be back.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not. Back. And last time I had to go, right. By the way, I did get a lot of criticism off our Irish viewers, and that's fine. I'm not having a go at you. I'm not having a go at Ireland. I'm not. But have a look. And I think maybe it's turn now. Have a look at this. How piss poor this Irish setup seems to be in terms of looking after players and the well good of these players.
You had the fella who was Northern Ireland manager, O'Neill, and everyone seemed to love him. Everything was harmonious with Northern Ireland, it seemed, with the squad and the way they were with him. And they haven't, Republic of Ireland's players or Ireland's players are well better than Northern Ireland.
Well, he wanted to go to Scotland tried to get him and he wouldn't go because he's obviously harboured.
No, but what I'm saying is, man for man, Ireland's players for me are miles better than Northern Ireland. But
they've created a club atmosphere where there's a trust But Ireland, they just seem to be bullies. And I'm afraid, I think both of them now have gone. I think Man O'Neill's way over his head. His time has come and gone.
Yeah,
I don't know what he offers.
I don't ever know what he offered.
I don't know what he's offered.
Honestly.
I think Ireland should have, after
When he left Villa, he was done.
not getting to the World Cup, should have been the signal to look for a young, like Wales has done. Look for a young up and coming. Look at Wales. They missed out by getting beat by Ireland in that last game, and Coleman just went, "I'm done." Right? Ireland they got beat by Denmark 5-1 at home.
I don't know.
Shouldn't that be the signal to go? Like we need to like look for someone. Maybe there was no one available. I don't know. Maybe there was no one available to just freshen it up. But I think their day has gone. I just don't see how you can be talking to players like that. And this whole thing of just like, honestly, just the whole thing of like, oh, it's fantastic that he stayed behind. I'd be like, on the fucking plane, right? Get your treatment started so that maybe you will be back for the qualifiers next month. How does that work?
There's no way he's back.
No, but Baz,
Let's
surely
speed it up, yeah.
you'd be saying to him, do us a favour, get back to your club and get your rehabilitation started now.
I don't think they're asked about Everton.
No, I
don't think they care.
But that's not the point. The point being is that serves them.
Yeah, but they're not bothered. They'll just see it as.
So they're not bothered in getting Coleman back.
Well, they probably look and go, he's got a stress fracture. The next games are in 4 weeks. He's not back for them. November.
But what if he could be back? What if there was a chance he could be back?
I don't think he could with a stress fracture.
But what if he could?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying to you is they kind of just treat it as they're the most important. And that's fine, because that's probably, as you're a manager, maybe that's how you have to treat it. But you've got to look and you've got to look and kind of go, well, this club are more important to him now because he's unavailable for us. So there's no point in being here.
So would you not think, though, there has to be some kind of duty of care where you would say, you would know that Everton's facilities would be a lot better than the
He's probably got a boot on, right? Because it's a stress fracture, so you're taking the weight, he wants something to take the weight, and he can walk then, so he's not losing anything in him. So he's probably got that boot on, and their physio, so we're going, well, that's all you're really going to be able to do for a week or so.
But Everton have access to machines,
the
water machines, the running machine, and all that.
Everton, really, you see, what the problem is, right? The problem is FIFA and UEFA gave the nations too much power over these players, right? So because a while ago, Everton would have just gone, get back here, you're injured, get back, or you're not going, you haven't been fully fit, you're not going, you're not available. And then they changed the rules so that you call these players up and you can't refuse it, and they're in charge of your players. But it's nonsense, because, you know, if they play again in 4 weeks, but then...
Well, I'll be honest, right? I'm disappointed in Seamus Coleman. I really am. I'm disappointed. I know he wants to be with his country, but I'm disappointed in him for not getting his arse back here and starting the treatment. I am.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, he's doesn't seem himself this year anyway.
That's by the by.
No,
but the point being is that
he's out, so he probably just thinks, well, I'm injured anyway.
But I from what I'm not, Ireland don't have a St George's Park or anything like that, do they? Don't have what I'm saying is they don't have the facilities to. They have the doctors and stuff like that, but they don't have the facilities to be with. Everton would have. Any Premier League club would have 24-hour, 7-day-week access at their training ground to start somebody's treatment straight away. With those, like, so you'd have all the boots, and they have the all, and that's what I'm saying is that Seamus himself, nowadays they wouldn't just, if you break something, they don't just go, put that boot on, lad. They get you at home and they get your treatment and they get those big blow up boots and all that. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not about. Seamus Coleman himself should have just jumped on a plane and got home and got the treatment started. And I'm disappointed in him that he hasn't. Ireland, they don't ask, they don't care about Everton. That's very clear. They've made that very, very clear that they're not asked about Everton. But they should be asked about their player and his treatment. Because if they don't have the facility to treat him, They should be like, get back to bed.
Well, it might listen. He might have took advice, and the advice might have been, you can't do nothing for a week, so you may as well stay here. I don't know. But if they once you're injured, you should return to your club.
Yeah.
Most players do. Most countries do. If you're injured, you're back home and you're at your club because you want to be, don't you? You know, like Ghana went out, was assessed,
Yeah, come back.
and they went, you're obviously not going to be fit, so you go back to your club. And he was back here. He's been at Finch Farm getting treatments. So
There you have it.
That's the thing.
That's what it should be.
But it hasn't happened, and that's the way it is. And obviously, like the Keane, that insight gives you what's happened there. Kind of gives you a little bit of insight into what's going on behind the scenes. He's not doing.
I think that backs the point up, Baz.
Well, it is. They're not doing the Irish people any favours. Ireland have got better players, so I don't know.